Greetings, everyone. This is a question that is sent to me by Gmail, and I'm going to answer it here. And I want to make this very clear that in order for you to get your questions answered, you don't have to subscribe to my Patreon. I want to make this very clear. The Patreon is for fans, if they wish to call themselves that. Individuals who have reached out and asked for that as their way of contributing to my growth. No more, no less. So you're not paying for the content. It's individuals who've said, I want to do this, and I have given them the opportunity to do that. Now, what I'm going to address here is based on a female that wrote me a letter about falling in love with a guy in Jamaica and having this awesome, wonderful relationship with this person, and then, getting married and sponsoring the person and bringing them to the UK. And this is very common. Our Jamaican men are sought after, and women as well. But, our men are sought after, and a lot of Jamaican women or women who have a Jamaican linkage, maybe their parents are from there, oftentimes go home to find their partner. And I've had a few topics of this nature on my channel, but to address this particular question is, as you are asking, and I'm going to use the initial KL, was I stupid to have married someone that I hardly knew? And I'm going to be honest with you, in most long distance relationship, people get married so they can get to know each other. Because you live in two different countries, it seemed like the natural thing to do is to go and get married. And then you hope when the person join you in the country, wherever you are, that you get to know each other better. But, see me and live with me is two different things. That's first and foremost. So it doesn't matter if you even lived in the same city with this person. Living together is a whole different thing from just dating. You get to see person's habits, and all these things. Now, in terms of the long distance situation, falling in love, a lot of times, as I have said before, when we're talking about falling in love with people, we're falling in love with the idea, the feelings that is attached, the sexual energy that exists between two persons that might be so strong. And in a long distance relationship, those things are intensified because you have this period where you're separate from each other. And, there's a buildup of that. And so when you get together, there's an explosion. And so you naturally see that thing, that chemistry that you have between you as love. And I'm here to say to you that, you can love anybody. You can meet someone tonight and get married the same day, and it lasts forever. And you can date someone for 10 years and it doesn't, date for 10 years, and when you get married, it doesn't last. What I want to say also, and I'm going to make it very clear, is that when you get into these kinds of relationship with individuals that you don't know, and especially from Jamaica, you have to always go into it with that mindset that this might be an opportunity for both yourself and your partner. Now, if you enter this relationship and see it as an opportunity for you to find love, it might not be the same opportunity that the person that you're getting involved with is looking for. And in situations where folks are looking for opportunities elsewhere, because Jamaica is beautiful, but there are not a lot of opportunities for many people there. And so if you're looking for an opportunity elsewhere, you suddenly can become very beautiful in the eyes of the person who needs this opportunity. And when you marry this individual, you are not just marrying him or her, you're marrying the idea. You become Joseph or Josephine, or not you necessarily, but your partner. If it's a male, he becomes Joseph. And if it's a female, she becomes Josephine, because now she bears the burden of her relatives. And so everything is invested on these individuals getting this person to marry you, because he or she is expected to deliver them. And so there's a whole complexity that is involved in this situation. And so based on some of the story or the information you shared with me, and I'm not going to say all of it, because you never know who's watching the channel. You never know who knows who and the story triggers some kind of connection. So I'm not going to say all the details, but what I'm going to say is sometimes you become a bridge. You personally, you're the one who is going home and marrying for love, and the person marrying you and their relatives see you as a bridge. You become that crossover, that opportunity for Joseph to then, or Josephine to then, deliver her people or his people. And so there's so much that goes on with that. For every person who gets into these long distance relationships and get married and go through the process of bringing someone to live with them in whichever country they are, please expect the unexpected. Please know it's not going to be an easy journey. Please know that the period of adjustment is going to be very steep, and individuals are going to have to work through a lot of stuff. I don't care how beautiful and wonderful this man or this woman is in your life. Trust and believe that it's going to take a lot of work, and you are going to see the wings fall off the angel, or the wings fall off the devil, once you find yourself in that same space. If the person is genuine, truly loves you, and has the best intention for you, you will find out. And it will take time for you to get to know each other better. If the person intends to cut and run as soon as they get what they want from you, there's not going to be much you can do. So again, enter at your own risk. Don't watch other person's life. Don't think that because it worked out for Sarah or Josephine, or Joseph or Jonathan, it's going to work out for you. You have become a bridge for which many people will seek, the opportunity to cross over. And oftentimes, those who cross over on your bridge will start seeing you as a troll on your own bridge. The same ones you're allowed to cross over will then, start seeing you as a problem. Because when you offer the opportunity of freedom to many individuals, those you offer the opportunity of freedom to will not thank you. They will make you their enemy. So, to answer your question, I'm going to say to you, there is no point in crying over spilled milk. You can learn from what experiences you've had thus far. And if you're still in the situation, still trying to make it work out, all you got to do is not allow anyone outside of that dynamics to really affect your life going forward. And I know that's very easier said than done. It's easier said than done. People are going to continue to have these long distance relationships. It's never going to change. It's people are always interested in, this fantasy and, the idea of love everlasting. And, we romanticize the thoughts of this, they call it long distance LDR relationship. It's so beautiful when you hear people talk about it. What 95% of them fail to understand is that when they get those golden tickets, a lot of people's lives are going to be upset in more ways than one. And, it doesn't make any sense you cry after the milk is already spilled. Learn from your experience. And if someone else comes to you and tell you that they're about to do what you have done, do not discourage them, because sometimes it's just their path for them to trod. But, make sure you tell them to be realistic in their expectation, and to know that even though you think you might know that person that you're engaged with or in entanglement with, you'd be surprised to know when you are in the same space what you're going to learn about not just the other person, about yourself as well. I'm sorry, let me say publicly, I'm sorry for all your experiences and all your loss and all the pain you have gone through and the disappointment. But again, too, sometimes when things don't go the way we want them to, I say let go. It's not easy. Let go. And if someone deliberately comes into your life to deceive you and to take from you all that you've ever worked for and all that you ever dreamed of achieving, don't think that those persons are going to escape or going to get away with it. If you could just have the patience and the time, you would realize that, helping someone to come to another place for opportunity. And if they turn back and they're ungrateful, leave them to time. Because guess what? Look at it this way. You helped somebody. It's a blessing to you. Some people enter this world and they never help anybody. And if you're able to change someone else's life for the better and they don't love you and appreciate you and they're not thankful, just let them, give them time. And just know that they can't take your blessing. What you've done in sharing your love and your heart and the sacrifices you made to bring the person to join you, it's not in vain. It is not in vain. And to know that you made a difference in someone's life and sometimes an entire family's life because of what you've done and your sacrifices, that will not go unrewarded. Even as their evil plans and plot against you to deceive you, it will not go unpunished. Stay blessed, everyone.